Hi, I'm in a new place. Well, kind of. Not really like a new place. We have a new background. It's not new, but it's a new background.
New to you! Nick Kent is picked for Garrett Graham.
Everyone has already like fan casted him, but I don't know if he's like doing it.
He like wrote a thing apparently and said like I'm honored to do it.
Well, that man is beautiful, so that would be great. So, hey, what's up? My name is Ange. Welcome back. I have, here's Cam. That was Jess before, if you didn't know, if I didn't introduce her. I finally have some really cool shelves, and now I want to decorate them, so I'll be doing a full kind of bookshelf tour at the end of this, but for right now, we're just going to grab a few clips of us actually decorating. So if you want to see what it looks like at this state, and then I will show you at the end what it looks like, and then we'll go through the whole entire thing. So let's get into decorating. I had to bring in reinforcements because there's a lot going on. So let's look at it. This is the current situation. So I have two big shelves on either side of the TV.
Leafy garland or something.
Yeah.
Or put the sunflower on there.
Yeah.
Decor right there.
I need like actual like decorations, but this is it so far. So we have a lot of shelves. The word search book, and I also have those over there. Really, like this whole room is a mess, but right now we're just going to focus on this bookshelf. So we're going to ignore all of that. But that's it so far. So let's get organizing and decorating.
They are.
Is this straight? I'll do a more in-depth update, but so far this is like what it's looking like. But yeah, we got some empty shelves for the time being, but ignore that. So here we go. We kind of got a little bit together, ignore all the things. We also went through those. So it's coming along. Oh,
Sorry.
no, you're okay.
Close it.
Cut that part. Just kidding. Anyway, here you go. This is the update. We'll go through it. Oh, hi, you're zoomed in. Hello. And I'll give you an update, but that's just us doing it all together. But next time you see me, I'll be walking you through all of the shelves. Hello again. So as you saw, I had gotten my bookshelves. I have organized them with my friends. I really want to show you what they look like as of right now. So for me, if you don't know this, I have two separate places in which I store my books. So at my house, in my room, I have all of the books that I have not read yet, so on my TBR car, on my desk, stuff like that. And then I do bring them here whenever I finish my books, and this is where I store them. So I was able to have like my little sitting area where I have two bookshelves already, which I will show you later. But around my TV in here, I was able to get some shelves to store them and really display them. Although it may not look finished, literally like talking with empty bookshelves behind me, in my brain it is finished because it is always going to be evolving. As I read more books are going to be added. I have, like, for instance, this shelf is completely planned out already. I just haven't finished reading them yet, so I don't want to bring them here and store them here if I'm going to want them at home. So this is going to be a forever changing one, and as you continue to watch my videos, if you choose to, that you will see how they evolve, the decorations that I continue to add. But as of right now, this is done to me, so I thought that it'd be really cool to look back on one day. So I thought, hey, why not? Let's make a video of me actually having a place to store all of my books and make it all cutesy and adorable, and I love it. So So let's get into it. It's just gonna be a quick like, hey, this is what we have right now. This is what the finished shelves look like. Again, although it does not look finished, it is in fact finished. So I have all of these over here. Then I have these bookshelves over here that are organized kind of in a way, but those are where I store the books that maybe are not like my favorites, but they're still good. And obviously I like to keep all of my books as if they are a trophy. We'll go right up to the top. So as of right now, I only have these 4 books up here. I have the first 2 in the Powerless trilogy, which is Powerless and Powerful by Lauren Roberts. And I have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. I don't know what else is going to go up there or if they're going to stay there, but I felt like I wanted to display them super high up on my bookshelves. I loved both of them. And then if I go down, I have my Jennifer Lynn Barnes shelves. I want to get something cute to go in the middle there, but also remember that I am going to be having other books that go there, so I don't want to fill it up too quickly. But I have the Natural series, Brothers Hawthorne, and the Inheritance Game trilogy. Then down below I have my Stephanie Garber shelf, so that includes my special edition of Caraval. I also have Caraval Legendary Finale, my box set, as well as the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. So I have the original paperback and then the 3 hardcovers. Then we go a little bit lower and I have my Shatter Me series as well as Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. Again, don't know if I maybe want to move Crooked Kingdom and Six of Crows, maybe move it up to the top shelf with Rebecca Ross and Lauren Roberts, but we will see from there. But as of right now, that's what it looks like. I don't know. If I can get like a miniature Aaron Warner, I'll definitely love to put him on my shelf. Or maybe like a candle that says smells like Aaron Warner. You know those ones? We'll get to one. I kind of have one over there. And then on the shelf below, I have my Devil's Night series by Penelope Douglas, as well as the Mind F series by S.T. Abbey. I felt like they were kind of on the same wavelength enough to be on the same shelf, so they got the shelf together. And then on my bottom shelf here, because it was all the same author, I put Anne Huang's books over here. That includes the Twisted series as well as the Kings of Sin series. However, I feel like I want to end up moving those, so I probably will, but we shall see. They kind of ended up there just because it's all the same author as of right now. Up here is just like the top. Again, I don't have much right now, but here I have some of my favorite childhood books. Specifically, I would like to point this one out as one of the ones that I used to read all of the time when I was young. As you can see, I actually had to staple some of the pages in here because I read it so frequently. This pile also includes The Bridge to Terabithia, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Chronicles of Narnia, and a special edition of Little Mermaid, which was always my favorite princess. I have a cute little sea glass picture that I got from a festival near me, and then I also have my pop figure Belle. Obviously, like, is that not me? Yes, it's totally me. So that concludes that shelf, but now I'm gonna bring you over here to my other shelf because the middle shelves kind of are like the same thing. This shelf has Elsie Silver's Chestnut Spring series as well as Lauren Asher's books, which are the Dreamland Billionaires trilogy and the first book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. So then if I go a little bit lower, I have my Lucy Score shelf, and as of right now, that's all that's on there. We have the trilogy here for Things We Never Got Over, Things We Hide from the Light, and Things We Left Behind, as well as 2 little standalones by Thread and Maggie Moves On. Next, we have this miscellaneous kind of sports romance shelf, which are 2 Mariana Zapata books, which is From Lukov with Love, The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. Please read that if you have not. And then Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. Absolutely loved that one. You'll see how that kind of ties into a theme in a second, but as of right now, we are going to move down. The next ones are another sports romance series. So we have the first 2 in the Boys of Toman series, which are Binding 13 and Keeping 13 by Chloe Walsh. I have the 3 books from the Playing for Keeps series, Consider Me, Play With Me, and Unravel Me by Becca Mack, as well as Mile High and The Right Move by Liz Tomford. We go one more lower. I have my Elle Kennedy shelf, which includes Good Girl Complex, The Summer Girl, Bad Girl Reputation. We have the first from the Misfit series, as well as Rogue. They are different covers, but whatever. And then we have The Graham Effect. And then one more down, we have my thriller section, which I feel like I'm going to switch over and switch it with the Anne Huang series, but as of right now, it's right here for the sake of this video. Those include my favorites from Geneva Rose. We have the first 2 books in the You series because I really love those, although I soft DNF'd the 3rd. Riley Sager, Alice Feeney. We have The Silent Patient and some Frida McFadden books. Now we're going to move over to the bottom shelves, and this includes some just like young adult whatever favorites, if I would consider them young adult. I have Love and Gelato, Love and Olives, and Love and Luck, which are 3 books that absolutely got me back into reading. I loved them. We have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, as well as 2 books from Rebecca Searle, and The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, which honestly, like, if that was not one of your favorite books when Book Talk was first starting to trend, I don't know what you were doing. We have a little bit of gapping here, and then I have If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan, as well as If Only I Had Told Her and the special edition of that. Next, I go over to the other shelf, which includes some Ellen Hildebrand books, as well as the first book of the Magnolia Park series in both the old cover and the new cover, as well as the first 2 books in the Brutal Birthright series, Brutal Prince and Stolen Heir by Sophie Lark, which are the only 2 that I have read so far. If we were going to go up on this side, I have my Sarah J. Maas shelf, which is going to include A Court of Thorns and Roses, that whole series right there, and then it will be the Throne of Glass series, as well as Crescent City once I read all of them. As you know, I am doing the reading vlogs for Throne of Glass, so as of right now I'm reading The Assassin's Blade, so as I read them I'm going to be bringing them here and putting them on the shelf for display. So although this bookshelf looks completely empty and like there's nothing here, I have all of the books, they're just not on the shelf at the very moment, so we're gonna deal with that. And then I want to put some little things, make it a whole Sarah J. Maas shelf, which I think is going to be really interesting. And then if I move up the Krista and Becca Ritchie shelf, as you can see, we have the first books of the Like Us series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. That includes Damaged Like Us, Lovers Like Us, and Alphas Like Us. I am currently reading Tangled Like Us. And then I have some bit of a gapping, which is going to include the rest of the Like Us series. And then over here I have my Guilty Pleasure books, which are the After series by Anna Todd. I absolutely love them, read them on Wattpad before they were published books, and here we are now. So then I am going to come right over here, and this is my Addicted Calloway sister shelves. As you can see, I have all of the new covers in order from left to right, and then I have the Bad Reputation duet, and then from left to right I have them in descending order of the old covers or the first covers that I had. The only one that I do not have the old cover for is Ricochet, which kind of kills me because it doesn't completely match. However, we're just going to pretend like it does. I want to put something right here to kind of break them apart, something that has something to do with this series. So if you guys have any recommendations on what I should put there, that'd be great. And then finally on the shelf, I have my Hockey L. Kennedy collectibles and everything like that. So over here I have the original covers of the Off Campus and Briar U series, as well as a candle that smells like Garrett Graham, my love, I love him. And then moving over, I have the new covers of the Off Campus series with the sprayed edges, with the blues. Love them, like to have them on display. I have a Quinn Hughes pop figure, and then I have these collector's editions of the Off Campus series with the really cool edges and the covers. So that kind of shows really like all of the shelves, and again, although they don't look finished, to me they are finished because I have so many thoughts for them. Like in my brain, they're done. On here, they look empty. So for right now, we're just going to be dealing with what we have. As you can see, this whole top shelf here, mostly besides Anna Todd, is going to be Krista and Becca Ritchie, so I might end up even moving them depending on how long. I might be moving them over depending on how many little decor items I get for that specific series, but as of right now, that's what it looks like. My thought process for this shelf, and this shelf is somewhat to be like this, where they're all up, down, things like that, and I have the little decor items like the pop figure and the candle. And finally, I have all of these shelves over here, so I'll just quickly run through these because there's no real certain way that they're set up. Here on the shelf, I have just a bunch of miscellaneous books that aren't my favorites, but they are books that I have read and still want to display. The same kind of goes for down here. Nothing really specific, just some books. The same goes for this shelf, and then the bottom shelf, we have a lot of books that I would read when I was younger. And then over here is kind of the same thing. Over here, all by its lonesome, we have the Field Party series. I wasn't sure exactly how to put it, and these shelves are still a work in progress, so I figured, hey, we're going to stick you here for right now, and we'll come back to you later. Going up, we have the Crave series by Tracy Wolff. We have some little fantasy novels here. We also have Divergent, as well as the Cruel Prince series. We have books I read a really long time ago, which is Rot and Ruin, Dust and Decay, Flesh and Bone, and Fire and Ash. I believe that they were zombies, but I could be wrong. And then finally, we have my Colleen Hoover shelf. This is every single Colleen Hoover book that I own. You'll see a lot of duplicates, special editions, and stuff like that. So I figured, Coho, you got your own shelf completely. So again, all books that I have read, want to display, but I feel like didn't make it to the final bookshelf. Like I said, this was just a finished, not to you, but finished to me bookshelf tour on how I'm setting it up. Maybe I'll update in a few months when I have read more books and gotten to core items and stuff like that, but to see it in its stages to me is really interesting. So that brings this video to an end. If you have any recommendations for me, please, please, please let me know. I have never had a place where I could put all of my books on display like this, so again, ideas completely welcome. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Actually, we're gonna wrap up this video. I'm gonna go read a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time. Bye.